going to call up Tim right now. Tim, come on up. Tim Ralston has been with us at the church for, did you need me to put it on there? I didn't put it on there. Oh, should I open it up for you? Or do you have it?
I have it on my phone.
I can open it up here. Maybe.
Can you?
I can try.
Just Google Docs.
Oh, there we go.
Easier.
Okay. So, there we go. Cool. So Tim contacted the church a few months ago, January or so, and he had never. I don't know if you've ever been to church before. Had you been to church before ever?
Not by choice.
Okay. There you go. And there are some things going on in his life that he needed some spiritual counsel for, and he called the church. And we baptized him along with Troy and Shania on Easter Sunday. And he's been walking with Jesus. And there's been several men in the church that have been walking with Tim. And it takes a village to disciple us. It's not just one-on-one discipleship. It's the village. And Tim's been walking with us for the last few months, and God's been honing him. And so I've asked him to share his story a little bit. So tell us who you are, what you're about.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm going to share a little bit here. I'm super honest, so I hope you just bear with me and just hear a little bit about my story and how God's been working in my heart, which is really beautiful. Most of my life, I kept the idea I wasn't good enough for God. I thought I could never be accepted at a church. In fact, I was scared to reach out to LBC. I believed I could never measure up to the standard of a Christian. Humbled at my own hand, I came to this church broken. I did not deserve God. I needed him. I was desperate. I took a leap of faith into the unknown. I have secretly suffered my whole life. As a young child, I held beliefs about myself that weren't true. I believed I was unlovable. My old mode of being was outwardly denying this inner truth. To the observer, I was very successful. However, my success was always in spite of myself, not for myself. Deep down, I believed I wasn't good enough. I believed I had to prove I was lovable. I did whatever I could to run from this inner truth. Throughout my life, I developed coping mechanisms. I turned to many forms of vice, drugs, false pride, and overcompensation. I was arrogant and self-serving. I needed to know better, to be better, to find fault in others. Working to the extreme in all things, I was a glutton of pride. Perhaps my greatest sin was taking my blessings for granted. Eventually, this mode of being caught up to me and led to a great fall. 2 years ago, I had it all by societal standards. I owned a house. I had a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful children, 3 dogs, a garden, a successful business, a large following on social media. Everything a modern man would supposedly want, and I was poised to gain much more. I had used my success in construction to start my dream company. I was the chief executive officer of a cannabis extraction firm at the beginning of a newly legal industry set to grow and potentially go global. Yet it was my bad habits, my prideful thinking, and my arrogance that led to it all falling apart. I will not go into all the details other than to say that I made bad call after bad call. Emotion, arrogance, pride, and going too fast, not listening to others is how I contributed. Another factor was outright betrayal. After the fall, many told me, "You got this, Tim. You can figure this out. You're awesome, you're loving, you're kind, you're hardworking, you're determined, you're generous. You're going to come back from this." And yes, I do believe that I will come back from this. That one day will happen. However, for now, I'm lost in the desert. Only looking at things that are okay is not okay. It's wrong. It's a delusion. It's all grace and no truth. My former partner was there for me when everything fell apart. She had grace and truth. Instead of following her, I chose to pretend to be right. I chose not to lean on her. This likely made her feel unloved. When I think about how alone she must have felt and how lost she must have been, it breaks my heart. Eventually, she gave up on me. That hurts. I needed to fix what was wrong, and I couldn't. As painful as all this is, it's what I needed to wash away my mask. I didn't know how to change. I tried so many things to feel okay. I tried to change myself, become different, become something to be okay. None of it worked. Eventually, I broke down and stopped eating properly. I cried and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed for something. I don't even know what it was. I just prayed for direction, to be okay, to feel better. Somehow, something happened that started to change me. I had a spiritual awakening. I was touched by God. I don't know how to explain it, but things that I could never change about me started to change. The truth was revealed to me. Oh, so painful it was. Yet the painful truth was exactly what I needed. Now I'm facing my suffering head on, and it continues relentlessly. As much as I want to turn away from it, that doesn't seem like an option. Instead, through facing my darkness and bringing it into the light, I am gaining many gifts. I am learning patience and humility. I am becoming gentle and learning how to share the truth with kindness. All these things are great gifts, and all of it came through subordinating myself to something higher, something more than me. Could it be God himself is guiding me, letting me know that I am loved no matter what, that I always have been loved, letting me know that it's okay and I am forgiven, an undying, never-ending love that allows me to be transformed? For 19 years, I smoked cannabis every single day. Last November, I was able to stop. This shocked my friends and family, and many still ask to this day how I did it. And truthfully, I do not know. On the Tuesday following Easter, a most dreaded moment occurred. I was greeted by a process server and given divorce filing. This was exactly 5 minutes before a video counseling session. The timing was graceful. During the session, my counselor stopped me and said, "You've changed. How did you do that? You noticed yourself starting to talk too fast, and then you stopped, slowed down, and reflected. Where did you get this ability?" I told her, "I don't know. All I know is that through faith, I am being transformed. Through faith, I am growing and gaining the tools that allow me to have a better life and for everyone around me to have a better life too. I already see it happening. My relationship with my Father has improved. I see my behavior positively influencing those around me. I have a keen sense of the darkness we all carry around in the world, and I now amplify the light instead of the darkness. I find joy in hardship. Every day that I don't wake up with my beautiful children, I am faced with seeing myself as a failure. I failed to provide a happy, cohesive family for my children to grow up in. That is a fact. I do not have the power to change. I must accept this. I do everything in my power to be the dad that my children deserve. I hope that if I tell the truth, it will help set my life right. I believe vulnerability holds power, the power of transformation for me and for others. Truthfully, I still feel broken and hurt. I am doing the best to face these trials head on with faith. I am still walking in the desert, sustained by faith and hope. I know in my heart that God is healing me. I know that the real treasure is this new mode of being. Slowly, I am moving forward and maturing. Growing up in God feels amazing. I am joyful and excited for the mystery of this next chapter to be revealed. Rooted in God, I will be the light in the darkness. I will humbly grow. I will learn to love better. Just pray with me. Dear Lord, I trust you with my life. Please heal my heart and show me the way. May I lead others to you for the sake of good in the world. Amen.
Amen.